Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again. It's time for the Thursday banger. That's a lot, y'all. It's time for the Thursday banger, man. It's time for the Thursday banger, y'all. That's a lot, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start these videos off, though, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out there working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out there with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to watch in the mornings, man. And I promise y'all there's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I only ask for one thing in the process, and that's for y'all to just stay out the way, man. That's all I want. I don't want nothing else, man. I just want y'all to love y'all life, man. Because when you staying out of trouble, man, you doing the right thing. That means you love yourself. People that's out here doing the wrong thing, man, they don't care about themselves, man. It's sad to say, but they really don't, man, because they choosing other things over the stuff that matters, like their life, their family, everything like that. You choosing other stuff over stuff like that, especially when you're a grown man making these decisions, man, like something is wrong with you, man. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. Like, I was young when I got in trouble. I was 16, 17 when I was doing my wilding out, man. I'm in my 40s now, so like that was a long time ago. I served my time for it, man. I'm one of them dudes, man. Prison taught me a lesson. I'm not one of them dudes that's gonna come out here and be like, yo, I'm gonna gamble with my life again. I feel like when people gamble with their life after coming home from prison, man, like I really don't have any respect for it. Like, you know, everybody gotta make their own decision, man. But if you choosing to try to chase fast money again, if you choosing to run from the cops again, you just was hiding and running from the cops in prison. You gonna come out and try to run and hide from the real cops, huh? You think you can beat them? Man, I don't understand it, man. So that's why I say, man, you gotta love yourself. If you love yourself, man, you ain't gonna make a lot of wrong decisions, man. You come home from prison, man, you gonna do the right thing because you know anything is better than being in there. We already know that, man. So like, just love yourself more, man. Make the right decisions. If you just came home, if you out here doing the wrong thing, you gotta love yourself, man. When you start loving yourself, you gonna start making the right decision, man. I promise y'all. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is the Thursday banger. So what I need y'all to do in this one, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, so y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. What? It's time for business. Time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called His Crew's Mad. Part 1. Crazy story, crazy situation. When we are aware, people, we in penitentiary, man. Where crazy things happen all the time. And I'm telling y'all, man, got people in there, man, that really is super duper geographical, man. Like, you know, don't get me wrong. I hung with all Norfolk dudes. You know what I mean? Like, my main guys was from Norfolk. You know what I mean? But still, though, I learned from doing time and seeing other people master this, man. I learned that if you could be a good mingler, then your bid will be much easier, man. Like, it'll be in your best interest if you was locked up, man, in prison, and you try to, you know, like, just keep it fair with everybody. Like, you know, you got your team, you got everybody who you rock with, but at the end of the day, man, like, everybody feels like just because you're from here, like you have to do this, you have to do that. And I never was like that, man. I made my own decisions. It just so happened that my main guys was from Norfolk, because I'm from Norfolk. But I still was fair to everybody, man. I was one of those type of guys. But anytime I seen it, when people try to be super geographical, it always go wrong. So with that being said, though, we on Sussex 2 for this, y'all. We on Sussex 2. And I can remember being in 4C for this one, man. And while I was in 4C, man, like, I ended up catching a little motion up there, man. Not like a big motion, but I had got on when I first came in the block. So like that kind of set the stage of showing people who I was. Like, you know, a lot of people didn't know me from 4 building because I was in 2 building a minute. But when I got out the hole when I went to the hole from 2 building, I went to 4D, then I went to the hole again, and now I'm in 4C. So it's like a lot of people really didn't know like that, because when I was in 4D, my motion wasn't really like how I was supposed to be, you know what I mean? But now I'm in 4C. I had a play already set up for when I got out the hole. So when I got out the hole, I grabbed that, and now I'm moving around. So people understood what I had going on. People respected it, man. I was able to make me a couple dollars and I was straight, but that was the one only play that I had in there. Now, the whole time I was in there, man, like I was telling y'all in the beginning, like I wasn't one of those dudes that just because you're not from Norfolk, I'm not gonna talk to you, man. Like me, I would talk to a lot of people in there. Man, ask anybody that know Weezy, man. I was cool with everybody, man. The Richmond dudes, the county dudes, everybody from a different city in Tidewater, man. Like I'm rocking with a lot of people. Like I'm not saying that everybody was my bestie, but like still, as far as being cordial and having conversations, or we can have a decent debate about sports in front of the TV without getting into it, or we can do business with each other without getting it. I was one of those type of guys. If a situation breaks out between people from Norfolk and I rock with the dudes crazy from Norfolk, then I'm gonna try to see if I can iron it out, man, just on the strength that I might be cool with somebody from this city. Now, if it gotta go down, it gotta go down. But that was me right there. I'm trying to put water on fires. That's what I used to do, man. And like I was able to do those type of things because I was able to be a good mingler. Like I'm telling y'all, man, like a lot of dudes used to rock with me, man. Can't nobody say nothing bad about me. Because everybody rock with me, man. I'm not saying I was an angel in there, but like nobody can really say nothing bad about me, man. So I can remember this one dude, y'all, and we gonna call him Lil Jeff, man. We gonna say Jeff though, man. But Jeff was somebody that I kind of took a liking for a pause when I had came to 4C, man, because me and him started off like, he used to try to get me to play chess. He used to try to learn me to play chess. Jeff was probably about 29. He was a little older than me, you know what I mean? He was like 29, late 20s, you know what I mean? But he used to try to get me to like play chess and always show me how to play chess. I wouldn't want to learn it, you know what I mean? Like even though I know chess is a great game, that was a sport, or that was a game that I never really wanted to learn. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but he used to always try to get me to do that. But we wasn't doing that, man. Like, you know, me and him would have great conversations, man, about just life. You know what I mean? Jeff was one of those dudes that got locked up in the end of the 2000s. Jeff was one of those dudes that got locked up at the end of the 90s, and then he came home early 2000s, and now he back. So this is his second bid. So like for real, Jeff won't really like a dude that was like happy about being back. Like you'll see dudes come back to prison, and they'll be like they never left. You know what I mean? Jeff was more like his posture was more like serious and down, like, you know what I mean? Like probably in his mind, he's saying this stuff. He can't believe that he brought 8 years back. And that's how much time he had. 8 years wasn't a lot of time compared to what he was around, especially me. But at the end of the day, he had just did 3 and he about to do another 8. So like, you know, doing time is doing time. So I felt why he used to feel like that, man. You know what I mean? Me and him would have conversations and he'll just tell me how disappointed in himself he was, man. Like Jeff wasn't from Norfolk. You know what I mean? Like I was telling y'all, Jeff was from another city in Tidewater. But like, everybody always stick with who they from, you know what I mean? But you can still talk to other people in there. Like you're in a block with 80 some people. Like we just not gonna talk to nobody in there. Like it's a good thing to get like acquainted with your pod, you know what I mean? Regardless, if stuff happens in a fight or beef, that's gonna happen. But yet still, you still want to be cool with the block. So me and Jeff was one of the ones that I kind of like used to kick it with that was outside of Norfolk crazy. Now, where Jeff was from, like his little team, where Jeff was from, his little crew was in there. You know what I mean? They was in there. His city was in there, man. And like for real, they used to semi rock with him. They used to semi rock with him, man. And like I hated to see how people would do. I hated to see how people were doing sometimes, man. When I say semi rock with him, they'll do stuff like this. Dudes that was in there from his city, that was the part of his little crew, was probably about 4 or 5 of them. You know what I mean? I'll say 4 of them, counting Jeff, make 5. But like they had like an aura about them that they didn't really want to kick it with him. Like he wasn't good enough to be a part of their crew. Now he's from their city and they would talk to him and sometimes look out for him or whatever the case, but they wouldn't treat him like he was one of the 4. You know what I mean? Which I used to see, everybody would see. But I remember the first time I saw them do him dirty, and I remember Jeff was mad. Now Jeff messed with the Lala. You know what I mean? Jeff messed with the Lala and he would never have the money for the Lala. Jeff would probably be able to go to commissary once a month. You know what I mean? He already had said that, yo, when he got locked up this time, like his support system was done. Like his peoples was mad, he got locked up. He don't got no girl, he ain't got nothing. You know what I mean? Like he just was just messed up. So like he wouldn't go to the store like that. He would go to the store once a month. And the only reason he would do that is because he had a job. You know what I mean? When you got a job in there, you get a check once a month. It ain't gonna be nothing for like the most, like if you're a pod worker, $30. And I know that don't sound like nothing, $30 a month. That's penitentiary pace. That's penitentiary prices right there, man. But with that $30, you'll be able to go to the commissary and get you 40 suits that comes out to like $12. You can get you some food. You can get you some hygiene. You can get you a survival kit. Basically is what I'm saying with that $30. So that's what Jeff used to do. He never really had enough to buy meal material and buy cheese blocks and Sasha's game paws. Like he never had enough to do that, man. So he just would buy what he would need. But his crew, his crew was lit. The main dude from his crew, man, we gonna call him T. Now, T was a dude, kind of light-skinned dude, slim dude, you know what I mean? Kept himself together. Like, he was like the leader of the crew. Like, they weren't in the red or the blue team. Like, this is just their city. But he was like the leader of them because he was the one that they would always go get. He was the one that they always run to. He was the one that always have something. So, like, I gave him the leader of the crew. But when Jeff came in, when I came in the block and I seen Jeff, like dealing how he used to deal with them, like, it just used to look crazy. And I'm gonna give y'all an example. Like, Jeff would be the dude sitting at the table dolo. Like, he better talk me to death for about an hour or so in the park. I done got up and went to see what the Norfolk dude's doing, kicking it with them. I look over, you'll see his crew over there at one table making a meal. Like I told y'all, it's 4 of them, you know what I mean? Counting Jeff 5, so they got the whole table. So Jeff ain't over there with them. They over there getting the meal right, like they about to get their stuff ready for the night. They never will call Jeff over there and be like, yo, Jeff, what's up? You need something? You hungry, bro? Look, come on, throw a couple soups in here and get in this meal, bro. Like, they never would do that. Like, instead, they treated the man like he was a bum. They treated the man like he was a bum, man. And, like, I seen him do something like this. And, like, when you locked up, like, you can't be too ashamed if you hungry. Like, if you hungry, like, you can't really be in there acting like you too good to do anything when it comes to food, pause. And I ain't talking about do something drastic. I'm just saying, like, if someone offer you or something like that, like, yeah, if you hungry, you better go eat. So what they would do is they will make the meal and then crush the meal and then give him the scraps. They'll call the man to the table, man, right when the swole over with. And they'll be like, yo, Jeff, you want the rest of this? You want the rest of this? Jeff used to come over that jump, pick a cracker up, ain't number like 5 crackers left, saltine pack broken up, ain't number saltine crumbs. He'll come over that jump, be like 5 crackers, a little pile of food. He'll be like, and they be like, yo, look, clean that joint up when you finish, bro. Clean that joint up when you finish, bro. I mean, Jeff would sit right there, eat the meal, man, clean their stuff up, man, and go right back and sit at the table, y'all. So boom. I used to be like, man, I was messed up, man. So me and my homeboy was swole up. I would always throw Jeff in the car. Regardless, I'll just tell him, put the soups. You know what I mean? I'd be like, yo, Jeff, what's up? You got 5 soups? He'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, what's up? You trying to get in this meal? He'd be like, yeah. What's up? I'd be like, all right, come on. And I'll throw him in the meal, man, just so he can eat something with some chili in it, some sausages, a cheese block, you know what I mean? Something exclusive. His crew used to treat him like he was a freaking peasant, man. Like he was the dog of the family, man. He's treated like the dog of back of the house. That's how his crew used to treat him, man. That's how his crew used to treat him, man. So I can remember another time when they had got the La-La, man. It was the dude T birthday, you know what I mean? Like this was his birthday, man. So they was getting lit the whole day. Now, granted, the dude Jeff ain't putting nothing in for the wine that they had got made. I'm not even drinking wine at this time. I didn't start drinking wine until I got to Lawrenceville. So they got wine made from the old head in there. He didn't put in on it. Because he had told me, he was like, yeah, they're going to be getting drunk tomorrow, but, you know, I ain't invited because I ain't putting nothing in. I'm like, for real, man? He like, yeah, man. He's like, I ain't putting nothing in. I ain't had nothing to put nothing in. He was like, but they be treating me like for real, like I ain't from the city. He said, they be treating me like I ain't from where they from. Hey, like me and him would be by my cell. You know what I mean? Because me and him would be by his cell. He slept in cell 6. So we'll be like right by his cell, like right between cell 6 and 5, just kicking it like, you know what I mean? Just leaning on the door. And we'll be right there. He'll just be like, yeah, they treating me like I ain't from where they from. He was like, man, them people told me I can't come in the room and get drunk. So the dude T, his homeboy, which was the other dude part of their crew, he slept in 34. You know what I mean? So they had the cell that was in the cut. You know, that's no man's land. Nobody wants to be in there, but it's good for parties. It's good for ducking off. So they used to be in that junk getting wasted. So they was in that junk getting wasted. They was in that junk getting litty. My word, they was in that junk getting litty, man. They didn't call Jeff. They didn't call Jeff not one time, man. So when it was time for standby for child, they came down the steps, man. All of them. They always messed up. And they rolled on Jeff. You know what I mean? I'm upstairs looking at it from my cell. They rolled up on Jeff. They was like, what's up, Jeff, man? What's up, man? What you doing? Like, they trying to slap box with him. And Jeff like, chill. Like, for real, man. Like, from the conversations I used to have with Jeff, man, like, I really think, man, like, Jeff was way more official than all of them, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man, because me and him used to talk about a lot of stuff that he used to do on the street, you know what I mean? He used to tell me what he used to do on the street, and I think I had the ability to feel like if somebody was Wellington, you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't going too much overboard with the things that he was saying, but he just used to, like, tell me some real stuff, you know what I mean, about what he was doing, man. Like, you know, and Jeff was a stick-up kid, you know what I mean? He was a stick-up kid, and this is why he's back, you know what I mean? So, like, he used to tell me, like, the licks he used to do, and, like, stuff like how he used to handle the weapons and all of this, and, like, this is before dudes was really in love with weapons. Like, he was in love with weapons, and he used to just break that down. And you know, sometimes people be down on their luck, man. When you get locked up, man, now you on your own. But you think when you come in a block and you got people from your city, that consider you part of their crew, you would think you would be straight. Nah, man, that's my word. They treated Jeff, man, like he was a stepson, y'all. So boom. So Jeff just used to be chilling, man. And when he won't doing nothing else, me and him would be at the table kicking it or standing by his door kicking it, man. So I can remember, man, this one time, and we would just be standing by his door kicking it. So it was this one dude that was a part of their crew, man. It was one dude that was part of their crew. He went to the VI and came back with the pack. Now I didn't know how much he had because this was like a holiday. I forgot. It was like one of them holiday visits that you know, when we got extra days on the visit, like one of those jobs. So he went over. Somebody that's not known for doing that. He went over and came back with some lala. So when he came back with some lala, he pulled up on me. He was like, "Hey, Weezy, hey, look, what's up? I know you trying to get some lala." I was like, "You got some lala?" Because we was already waiting for 2 o'clock rec for we can go holler at the dudes in 2 building and try to chase there because this was I forgot what holiday it was, but it was a holiday. So I'm like, "Oh, you got something?" He was like, yeah, I got a little bit. I was like, "What's good?" He was like, "Look, man, I'm just trying to sell you something." You know what I mean? He was like, "But don't tell Jeff though, man." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Don't tell Jeff, man. Don't tell Jeff about what I got going on. Like, you know, T-Rock with him. I don't really know him like that. Like, you know, he from where we from, but like, I don't really rock with him like that." So I'm like, all right. You know what I mean? But the whole time I'm welling, I got my fingers crossed behind my back. You know what I mean? I'm like this. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm definitely gonna tell Jeff, man, because like I rock with Jeff enough to be like, I ain't gonna hide nothing like this from him, man. You know what I mean? So from when he told me that, now I'm really watching to see how they gonna carry it with Jeff. You know what I mean? So he served me, you know what I mean? I gave him $25 of food, grabbed me a spoon. He gave me a big spoon too, a decent spoon. I gave him $25 worth of food. So when he leave out my set, he go over there where T and was at, and I see him over there with the crew, and they all over there just kicking it. Then they went upstairs again and they got lit. I look over at Jeff. Jeff sitting at the table looking like, man, he looking like, dang, nobody gonna invite me to nothing. Now, nobody's obligated to invite you to anything. Y'all don't get it confused, man. I'm not saying like I felt that sorry about him that these dudes got to take care of this man and hold his hand. But you always got somebody in your crew that's not as fortunate as you. You know how many times I've been around people from Norfolk that couldn't do what I was doing, or didn't have commissary like I had, or didn't have Black and Miles like I had. Like, if you cool and I rock with you, I'm going to put you in a position. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to get you a job. I'm going to let you hustle the fees. I'm going to let you do something. I'm going to throw you. I'm going to look out, man. Those people weren't doing nothing for Jeff, man. So boom. So everybody all lit, all in Jeff face. So I was just looking like, man, this joint crazy, man. So we went to Child. Like, you know, they a crew, so they all walk together. They a little in front of us. So I see Jeff, he walking with them. He the only one that's sober. Jeff the only one that's sober. So I'm like, man, this joint crazy. So me and my homeboy laughing. My homeboy laughing. You know what I mean? Because he already know how they be carrying Jeff. So I'm trying to like chill, bro. So they sit at the table. Of course, Jeff don't fit at the table with them because there's only 4 seats in the Child hall at the table. Man, my word, Jeff sat beside them. So it's all of them and then Jeff over here. So they all at the table lit, eating. We had spaghetti. They all at the table eating, all lit. Jeff over there looking like, man, he just lost his puppy. So when it was time to come back, we walked back in the pod, man. Like, I was like, what's up, bro? You trying to go up again? Because me and my homeboy had just went up. I'm like, what's up? You trying to go up again, bro? He was like, yeah, what's up? I was like, look, let's go to your cell. He was like, all right. Now, my man, he slept in 43, you know what I mean? Which was a little bit down, all the way down at the end on the top tier, which was another good cell to go up in. I mean, it's not far from the back door, but like, for real, the police already knew the count. Like, they already know dudes in there messing with the La-La, man. La-La, Black and Miles, Newports, roll-ups, all that smell is in the air. All that is in the air, so they already knew the count. But we going to my bro cell, so I'm like, look, bro, we holler at you. He was like, what's up? I said, man, look, let me let Jeff come up here with us, bro. He was like, ooh, Jeff. I'm like, yeah, I was like, bro, I rock with him, man. I was like, his homeboys dragging him, bro. I ain't like that, man. I was like, everybody in here lit on a holiday, bro. They ain't even take the man up. So he's like, for real, his homeboy the one that got it. I said, bro, listen, his homeboy came and told me don't even tell him that he got it. My homeboy was like, what? I was like, yeah, bro. He was like, all right, he good then, come on. You know what I mean? He was like, cause you know I'm gonna match you, cause my man had bought some La too. So he was like, I'm gonna match you. I'm like, all right. So I looked out in the pod, I was like, hey, Jeff. They was all like right there in the back wall. They was like at the back wall, and I didn't care. I didn't care about this, man, like for real, because I already know Jeff wasn't gonna react in a way that it looked like I told him the information, like, but I'm definitely gonna tell him the information, y'all. So I'm like, yo, Jeff, hey, come here, bro, come up here. He was like, what's up? I was like, come up the steps, man. He was like, what's up? Where's? I was like, I'm trying to go up. He was like, it's word, Jeff hit the staircase. He was like, yeah, I'm trying to go up. Yeah, man, I'm sober as I don't know what, man. Yeah, he started walking down the tier. He coming down the tier. I look up at his crew like, They watching him, you know what I mean? So he come to 43. So as he coming in, I open the door, he coming in, I go in behind him, pause. We get in the cell. So we in there, Jeff. My homeboy like, what's up, Jeff, man? He sit down, he was like, man, appreciate y'all. He got my homeboy up. He was like, man, because if it weren't for y'all, I probably never was going to be able to get no la-la, man. He was like, man, for real, man, them boys be doing me dirty, man. Them boys be doing me dirty, man. I was like, bro, look. I rock with you, man. So this is what I'm going to tell you. He was like, tell me what? I'm rolling up. I'm like, psh, hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I said, the little brown skin dude from y'all crew. He was like, yeah, such and such. I was like, yeah. I was like, yo, bro, look. I said, man, this is my good word, man. That man came and told me, don't even tell you that he got it, bro. I said, I thought y'all was cool, bro. He was like, for real? I was like, yeah. I said, bro, I thought y'all was cool. He's like, we is cool. I thought we was. He was like, man, listen. They just the type of dudes, like, they be feeling like I ain't bringing nothing to the table. Like, come on, man. Like, this was my last bid, then I'll be able to bring something to the table, Weezy. They acting like they mad because I don't bring nothing to the table. Man, it's all good, though. I was like, yeah, bro, for real. I'm telling you just so you could be on point and just know who you dealing with, bro. I said, I ain't telling you this to go back and tell them. You know what I mean? I said, even if you do, I don't really care. I said, but I don't got time to be going back and forth with nobody, so I appreciate it if you did. I just rock with you and I'm trying to keep you on point. He was like, no, I respect that, Weezy, man. I respect that, man. So Feezy's in the air. So as the Feezy start going around, the joke so crazy though, Weezy, man. He was like, man, for real though, Weezy, man, the joke so crazy though, man, cause man, I just got off the phone, man, earlier, man. My sister just got out. You know what I mean? He was like, my sister was at Fluvanna. Now, Fluvanna is a women's prison that's in Virginia, man. I think they only have two. I think it's Fluvanna, and then it's, I can't think of the other one. I know y'all gonna tell me in the comments, man, but it's two major joints. You know what I mean? But I know Fluvanna is one of them. You know what I mean? So he was like, yeah, my sisters came home. You know what I mean? He was like, look, she said she got somebody for me. You know what I mean? He was like, man, she already know the count, how to do the visiting list and all of that. So he was like, man, as soon as the lady that she hooking me up with get put on my visiting list, man, he said, man, my sis said she gonna get me some money in this joint, man. She gonna make sure I eat, man. She gonna make sure I eat. I'm like, for real, bro? He like, yeah. She gonna make sure I eat. I'm like, bro, that's what you need. I said, that's what it's about, bro. I said, for real, bro, when dudes from Norfolk got funny with their stuff, you know what I mean? I said, bro, I can't do nothing about it. I'll probably be mad to myself. I said, but I'll never show a display of me being mad about their stuff. I said, because it's fun when they got it. But when I got it, it's going to be a different ball game. They also boom. So I said, that's how this whole thing is, man. I said, everybody just be trying to get back. And you know what I mean? I live for that type of stuff. I love when somebody be like, no, or don't do nothing for me. Because I'm going to be the same way. I'm going to be the same. What, you going to be mad because I'm going to do you the same way you did me? Would you want to fight over this? We can fight. That's how I'm going to carry it, man. So I'm in there just giving him the game. He like, yeah, you right. Yeah, you right. He was like, for real, though, like, I would think that T will be the one that'll override dude. You know what I mean? He was like, but they ain't saying nothing to me, man. He was like, man, Weezy, man, this is my good word, Weezy, man. This word on everything, man. This word on my mom. He was like, man, if they don't do nothing for me, man, or at least give me something to help me get some money in my box. He was like, when I get straight, I ain't got nothing for him. He was like, I ain't got nothing for him, Weezy, man. I was like, yo, bro, I feel you, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Stick to that, bro. Stick to that, because it's a lot of dudes in here, man, that just think that because you ain't producing nothing, man, that you can't produce nothing. I said, bro, I'm telling you, bro, it ain't fun when the rabbit got it, bro. It ain't fun when the rabbit got it, bro. He was like, yeah, you right, man. So we blew the Feezies, man, and that was that. We had came out of cell break. You know what I mean? When we came out of cell break, they was gone. They was already doing them again. They was getting lit again. So we were always in the pod. You know what I mean? Jeff had went and did his thing. I think Jeff went and got on the phone. You know what I mean? So after he got off the phone, he had pulled up on me. You know what I mean? Like, I could tell, like, he was trying to hide something that, like, he was really happy about. Like, you could tell. You know what I mean? So I'm at the table playing my homeboy in casino. Like, we going heads up in casino. So I'm playing. We had to jump play casino. So it's getting serious. It's getting down to the end. I'm like, I'm playing, like, we playing. And Jeff come off the phone. Jeff was like, I look back. He was like, I was like, what, bro? What you so happy about, bro? I'm playing the cards. He was like, man, yeah, my sister put an old girl on my visitor list.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and Court indictments get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your eyes up.